hello and welcome to VRML Channel 2. We have one match here today for you. It is the Toronto Pioneers against the Raging Rockets. And man, this is going to be insane. This is their first game in Season 5 in VRML and getting casted. What a better time that is. I'm the one you see, Luke, that is, and next to me for the first time is Psychaotic and the co-commentary, Punda on the sidelines, and of course, Newton Dad on the cam. Psycha, first day, new me, new you. How's it feel?
It feels great. I'm definitely no stranger to casting, but it is my first time casting for VRML, and I could not be more excited to be here today with you. We've got an awesome matchup coming up tonight. I don't think I've ever seen either of these teams play, so I'm super excited for what's about to unfold.
Yeah, I don't think these player teams have ever played, so I'd be very impressed if you did see them play. But nevertheless, you know, here we go. I mean, we get to have them ready. Huge shout out to both these teams trying to get a Spark Link ready. Unfortunately, they weren't able to figure it out, but hey, there is definitely a video on that you can look up on YouTube, so make sure you check it out. But here we go. Neutral Joust, Toronto Pioneers in blue, Raging Rockets in orange. Psycha, take us in.
Well, here we go. And it looks like stacks are a little slow, but it will go to Raging. Possession in the hands of CGF, but he's going to lose it before he can handle it, so it'll be in the hands of Trix. Trix going for that little ceiling boop down into the bubble of the orange team. Who's going to be there first? It looks like, oh no, Toronto overshot it a bit, and they're going to recover that and slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, slowing it down now. Trix on the ceiling, looking to the nest. Oh, but quickly getting one in just like that. 2 on the board for Winds and Shadows. Toronto's up.
Heck yeah, they are wasting no time. Just over 30 seconds before that first score, and that definitely sets the pace for the whole of the match.
Yeah, it certainly does. How's it going, Lulz? Yes, it is Psychaotic. Crazy.
Hiya, Lulz.
Craziness. But hey, here we go. Hoovlex now over to Turbo. Turbo moving in through the tunnel, finding a pass low. Back to Hoov. Now over to Brodox. Brodox looking for the back shot, but no, Winds and Shadows reads those. And that will get sent out into the hands of Rip Jupiter. Mail slot shot attempt, not quite on, but it will get downfield.
Downfield indeed, as it is going to be in the hands of Winds and Shadows, walking it up slowly, attempting to cross to their teammate, but not quite finding their target. It's all right. They're going to recover anyway, though. Jupiter had a little bit of a stun battle, eventually losing the disc to Turbo. Turbo trying to fling that out of their side, but can't quite find the tunnel, so it'll be in the hands of Samalander. That's a cool name. I love that. And CGF is going to get this clear all the way through into the blue side.
Okay, into the blue side now. CGF. Just taking space, taking time, looking for the cut, looking for their first 2, but getting in the bubble. Juking on the backboard. And the technical goal. You hate, you love it. But regardless, this game's tied.
You know, those technical goals, once you get in for the dunks, they're a little bit overpowered, and it's been pretty cool to see people take advantage of it this season. But, you know what? That's part of the game.
It certainly is. And, well, here we go. First time on the Joust advantage is Toronto, as they do try to find the right pass. Unfortunately, it's going to go past everyone and back into the hands of Brodox, who's looking for the angle, going on the backboard now. Will get picked up here by Rip Jupiter. Rip Jupiter gets stunned out, so it is a free disc, but it will get not quite out. Still in the bubble now, trying to get control, but it will get picked up here by Winds and Shadows. Wind Shadows over to Samalander. Samalander, again, not quite finding the clear they were looking for, so it will get turned over, back on the backboard, but back into the hands of Rip Jupiter, and Rip Jupiter will get that one downfield.
Yep, and that's all the way through, getting all the way down into Raging Rockets' bubble without anybody getting a hand on it. Brodox attempts to clear that, but hits a Geo instead. And CGF is going to get the slap on that, getting that, just over that blue player and over to Hoovlex. Hoovlex tapping it forward into the hands of Rip Jupiter. Jupiter ducking 2 before sending that through. Can't quite find their teammate, so Turbo's going to recover that. A little bit of ping pong going on, but now it's sent all the way down into Toronto's bubble. Bouncing out of the bubble, actually, before anybody can get a hand on it. And so now all the way back into the trap area, into the hands of Winds and Shadows, and Winds and Shadows is going to lob that into the bubble. I really thought that was going to be in, but no, off the shield. The recovery, though, the attempted shot into the hands of Turbo, and Turbo is going to attempt to get this cleared.
Yeah, attempting to get it cleared, but not quite down initially. The second time is the charm, but there's the stack. Oh, misreading it. But the blue Toronto is able to get a hand on it. Rip Jupiter, though, getting stolen from. Now back in the hands of Wind and Shadows. Wind and Shadows downfield, all the way downfield, all the way into the stack, though, of Raging, as they are going to turn that one the other way.
They are indeed. Brodox getting that into the bubble now, bouncing. No stacks yet, still loose. Eventually it'll end up in the hands of Turbo, who's going to back that out of the bubble a little bit with a little juke. Sending it over to Brodox on shield, who can't quite handle that, so it's loose. They will almost recover. Oh, their teammate, though, CGF, is there in time, doing some jukes on the ceiling, moving around, getting some space, waiting for the teammates to get open. Nope, he's going to go all the way in by himself, putting in 2 points, putting the Raging Rockets up 4-2.
Yeah, great finish there from a CGF. I mean, teamwork certainly makes the dream work, and, well, that's a nice little pass and give and go. And, well, 2 more on the board. 5 minutes through, halfway through round 1. 4-2 is the score.
Indeed, Rip Jupiter trying to send that through for the dribble, but they got broken up before they could get to it, so Turbo's going to have that now. Turbo's going to attempt to clear that. It's going to bounce off of one of the diamonds into the hands of Brodox. Brodox drifting up, waiting for the teammates, taking their sweet time. Oh, the break check, and the shot goes off the ding ring. Best goalie NA can't quite get that in, but CGF is there to recover, and it looks like they're going to come down from the ceiling again. Yup, wasting no time getting that down in by himself with the slam. GF putting them up 6-2.
Yeah, a great look from them, and I mean 6-2 is certainly a strong start. And the CGF not only coming in clutch, but also coming in clutch as the league sub. So hey, it's always great to take advantage of them. A huge shout out to all of those players, you know, who do take their time to play with all sorts of different teams. But it is going to go quickly downfield now, and we'll get turned around. CGF stealing it back, but so is Winds and Shadows, but can't quite find the counterattack, as that is going to get slammed through, but not quite out until the second time around. Now, CGF sending it through. Where's the stacks? The stack is coming back for Toronto, but they can't quite get a hand on it, so it will be Raging. Raging on the wall as CGF is just juking around, just taking space, taking time. In the bubble now. Around 1 defender, around 2, around 3 on the backboard, and scores 2 more just like that. 8-2, 6 up.
CGF is a one-person army. That is, how many points in CGF for CGF? 6, all by themselves. The other one not even showing up on the board, but wow. For a league sub coming in clutch like that, that's awesome to see.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is. It's certainly great to use those league subs and take full advantage, but it will be another joust advantage here for Toronto Pioneers, as they are trying to get this one downfield. Is going all the way, but back into the hands of the one and only CGF. Finding a teammate now, looking for the clear. Will that bounce favorably? Yes, it will. So will get picked up here by Brodox, who goes for the 3, but doesn't quite find the back of the net. So will be Winds and Shadows getting that one downfield, but not quite out.
In the hands of CGF again, chicken around, doing what they do best. Taking some space, moving around all of those defenders, making them fold on top of each other. They're still waiting just outside of the bubble, now under Pac-Man. Moving around, looking for a pass option, not quite finding it though. The disc is loose, drifting out of the bubble, and it will be in the hands of Salamander, who's going to attempt to get that cleared out. It's good. It's all the way through, into the orange, or into Raging Rocket's side, into the bubble. No stacks are to be seen, but it will be in the hands of Turbo. Turbo taking some space, moving around tricks, finding that pass option instead of the clear, going to Brodox. And Brodox is going to get that cleared all the way through into Toronto Pioneers bubble.
Yeah, into the bubble and back into the hands of CGF, who does get stunned, so no dice for them, as it is going to be Rip Jupiter sending that one lower downfield. Will get picked up again by Winds and Shadows. Winds and Shadows all the way through mid, all the way in the bubble, all the way on the backboard, and the stack unfortunately does break apart, but it is still going to get picked up, and ducks 1 is Rip Jupiter, getting pressured by 2, finds the pass across, will get picked up by Wind, driving in the bubble, one more pass to Rip, around, up and down, and in the back of the net. What a play, 4 on the board for Toronto.
Indeed, Toronto showing us that this game is not over yet. With a minute and a half to go, only down by 4. They can certainly do it. They certainly have the time. They need to put that palm slow game that we did on the last play.
Yeah,
Now coming out of
certainly.
the tubes. Oops, sorry.
No worries. Going to be down CGF. They are lagging a little bit. But it is going to be on the backboard now. Quick deli picked up by Rip. Rip sending that one through, and that's exactly what they need to do. That is exactly what they need to do. But where is the stack? Can they get back? Well, they certainly can, but on the not the team that needs to score, it is going to get picked up by Turbo and sent downfield.
Sent downfield indeed, bouncing just outside of the bubble. It will be in the hands of Brodox. Brodox with an open goal. No, off the ding ring. But CGF will be there to juke around a little, clean up, and slam that in for another 2 points.
Another 2 points, another 2 points. Well, 2 points or 2 points or 2 points, and that will make this game, unfortunately, out of reach for Raging Rockets. So, hey, certainly a strong first round, 4 points on the board. Hey, Toronto can certainly turn this one. Looking for maybe a goal in the last 14 seconds. Will they get there? Maybe not, but Rip Jupiter going for the bounce or boop shot, but is not going to quite connect. But there's the stun. 5 seconds, and they get it done. Hey, there you go. Tricks having one up their sleeve, making this game 10-6. But man, I mean, what a game, Punda. What did you see?
Wow, that was a bit of a back and forth game and a very nice goal last second there from what were those? I didn't catch the name. Very nice game overall. Lots of clearing as well, which was nice, as well as a bit of a few stack races. And also want to shout out CGF, who had some incredible jukes up into the goal multiple times, and that got him multiple points. And CGF also carrying 8 of the 10 points for the goal for their team. As well as just Raging Rockets they have a pretty good defense and they're keeping someone back, which is good to see, which helps when Toronto keeps clearing that disc down. And if Toronto could just have those stacks a bit faster, I'm sure that they could have gotten more goals off that. But yeah, overall, a very nice game. Lots of back and forth, and I'm very excited for round 2.
Yeah, it certainly is a fun game to watch. I mean, when there is one player like that, Psycho, they're juking, they're finding space. I mean, how can you counter that? Is it just leeching? Is it stuns? Is it, passing? What's your play?
I am the worst person to ask that because I am notorious for getting juked on. But in general, that just comes with reading that juke. So understanding where his arm is and how he's going to move himself next, and then moving to that position as he gets there and either going for that stun or stealing the disc. In theory, yeah, that's how it's executed. Again, don't ask me. I'm awful at it.
Hey, you know what? That doesn't matter. We're all here for fun. And talking about fun, I got a chance to talk to both these team captains. And, for Toronto Pioneers, they just said, all the way to the grave. Whatever that means.
Interesting.
I hope you're okay. But Raging Rockets, though, Matt, team captain, had to say, feeling good coming into this match off of a strong win on Sunday. So they are looking strong. We fixed what we needed to, and we are ready to go get it tonight. And I mean, certainly Raging Rockets are ready and seemingly ready to go get it tonight, as they certainly did win round 1 in a decisive fashion. But hey, first game of many. And again, this is still early days for both these teams. They're new to the community, they're new to season, and they certainly have a lot of ways to go from here. But I hope everyone is doing well in the chat. How's it going, CGF? How's it going, Carolyn? How's it going, Cookie Commanders, Fiendoge, Zaninja Zero? I hope you are all doing well. Thanks for hanging out here with us. Kirk Crick Dash as well. We're having some fun here on channel 2, and Saika making her VRML debut and certainly killing it so far. As we are here as well, huge shout out to all of you hanging out here with us, as well as our sponsors, HyperX, Asterion Products, Arma, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, VR Cover, VRware.net, Border Foods, Viridis, and Viridis Media. Also, huge shout out to IgniteVR.gg and that Spark application providing all our stream statistics. Make sure you do download Spark today, IgniteVR.gg/Spark. It helps so much for both analyzing your own games, having automatic clips, highlights for your own videos if you want it, and more importantly, you can re-watch it back and claim anything, especially for those mod tickets. I'm sure Psycho could tell you all about that. But nevertheless, we won't open that rabbit hole. But man, oh man, I mean, another pause. So both teams, if I understand it correctly, Psycho, usually I say I'm not a mod, but both teams did use their mid-round pause, both blue and orange. So as a result, there is no more mid-round pauses if we go to a round 3.
They're mid-round pauses. That was between
Sorry,
rounds, though.
between round pause, correct? Yes.
So, fun fact, you can actually pause for free between both rounds or after each round if you want. It just can't be more than 4 minutes for your pause.
So you can pause both rounds.
You can pause both rounds. Yeah. I promise you'll learn some really cool things if you read that giant packet of rules.
I did. I thought I did.
I'm kidding. I'm messing with you.
I did. I was like, I'm proud of reading them. No one reads them.
Oh, I know. With the tickets I do. There are points on the board, though, as we're goofing around. Toronto Pioneers have scored for the first 2 points of this round. Definitely a change of pace from the last round. And it'll be really cool to see what they do with that.
Yeah, they also do have a player swap. Faded Fox Ghost now is in the building. Switching out for, I'm not sure who, but there's another 2. And just like that, 4 on the board. And just like that, Toronto Pioneers have a lot in store.
They do indeed. We'll see how that roster change comes into play, or just the change of momentum. Sometimes you just lose momentum when you pause between rounds, so that's always the danger of taking those pauses. So they aren't as overpowered as you think they are.
That certainly is the case. But hey, teamwork makes the dream work, and so far Toronto's finding that teamwork as Brodox is just moving upfield, getting pressured, so finds the cut. But there's an open net, and they take 2, and just like that, they're on the board. 2-point game.
2-point games. Cutting that lead down in half pretty early. You know, answering back as quickly as you can once you start going down is definitely important for the mentality of your game.
Oh, they switch over for Salamander. Carolyn, great eye.
That was such a fun name.
That was such a fun name. I'm so sad we didn't say it more. Salamander, I'm looking forward to seeing you play more. Everyone else, I'm looking forward to seeing you play more too, but get a cool name like Salamander. It's going to be Winds and Shadows diving in and, well, getting 2. What a move! Oh my goodness, they've woken up. 6-2.
Think we've got a game going on. Let's go. Round 3, maybe? On my first VRML cast? That would be cool.
Let's
That's all
do
I
it.
want for
Let's
Christmas.
get it. Give Psycho her wish. Or else you get AP.com.
I wish, but no, not quite. That disc is going to get some way through off of Raging Rocket's Joust, but it is going to get immediately cleared back out into the hands of Trix. Ooh, Trix mishandling it a little bit, but gets stunned out before they can recover. It's all right. Their teammate Winds and Shadows is there to clear that through. The Rip Jupiter, no! Rip Jupiter with the shot, can't quite handle it, but it's okay. They're going to juke back outside a bubble, take some time and some space. Opt for the reset pass of Bowtie to Winds and Shadows. Winds and Shadows trying to cross to a teammate, but there's nobody in the area. So Brodox will pick that up and try to get that cleared out, bouncing off ceiling poorly though, into the hands of Rip Jupiter. And now Toronto will have another opportunity going into the bubble, except CGF has it now, and CGF is going to bounce that off floor, trying to get that out, and they are going to get that through into the hands of Brodox. And Brodox is going to yeet that into the bubble. Nobody's there yet. We'll see what happens here in the hands of Brodox. Brodox with numbers advantage tries to take the shot, and no! Go to the save from Winds and Shadows, who tries to get that cleared out.
Yeah, trying to get it cleared out as it is not going to quite find the hands, but there's a stun. There's CGF, and there we go. 2 more on the board. 6-4, 2-point game.
Am I still lagging? I reset. Bruh.
A little
It's
bit,
awesome.
yeah.
Love the internet. The internet's great.
Yeah, well, you know, it is pretty good. But, well, man, I mean, this is a back-and-forth game. Again, this is round 2. If you are unfamiliar, VRML does go by a 3-round best of 3. And, well, round 1 went to the Raging Rockets. And round 2, well, let's see who's going to come out on top, as it is going to be another 2. Just like that, Brodox tying up this game 6-6.
Okay, as happy as I am that Raging Rockets is coming back, don't take away my round 3. I'm kidding. But of course, we always want to see an exciting game, and tying it up after being down by 4 points is certainly exciting. So now Toronto coming out of the tubes, trying to send that through tunnel. Can't quite find the tunnel though, so it ends up in the hands of Turbo, who sends that into the bubble, bouncing around a little bit before ending up in the hands of their teammate Brodox. Brodox gets his pocket picked, though, by Rip Jupiter, so Rip Jupiter has an opportunity now. This stack gets stunned out before they can get to it, though. So it'll be in the hands of Rip Jupiter again, recovering off that stun. Ducking, can't quite handle it, so Brodox has stunned him out and is now going for that disc. Brodox drifting with Trick right behind him, gets the block, gets the pass. Over to Hoovlex. Hoovlex getting that cleared through. And now in the hands of Rip Jupiter again. A little bit of ping pong going on in the midfield, intercepted by CGF. CGF doing what they do best, juking around on the floor. Let's see how many they're going to get through. No, they opt to pass this time to Brodox, but Brodox gets his pocket picked by Faded Fox.
Yeah, they try to get it through, but, I mean, it's just a scramble right now, just a brawl. Everyone's getting stunned as the CGF is trying to get their hand on that one. Finding the pass across, not quite, as it is going to get picked up now by Hoovlex. Hoovlex, no! A turnover back to Faded Fox, but Faded Fox to Brodox, and Brodox is going to find a connection, but Rip Jupiter's going to steal that one back, and it's just an absolute scramble for this disc, because that's a beautiful clear all the way downfield. That's a really nice bounce. And where is the stack? Well, it is going to be coming from the Raging Rockets, looking for the counterattack quickly, trying to get that one through mid, but just stuck there.
Eventually in the hands of Hoovlex. Hoovlex trying to whip that through. Doesn't find a teammate, though. Instead finds the hands of Trix. So Trix is going to attempt to clear that through tunnel. The clear is good. Bouncing now into the bubble. Disc is still loose. Nobody's there. Rip Jupiter has an open lane for the goal if they opt to take the 3. No, not quite, as Turbo is covering the goal now. So Rip Jupiter taking their time. Bouncing around off of Pac-Man, doing their best CGF impression before driving forward. They're going to have the one-on-one. The duck is good, and there's the goal, putting them up 8-6.
Oh, man. Rip Jupiter popping off. Oh, I love it. I love it, Rip Jupiter. You're cracked. That was a play. Clip it and ship it. Somebody clip it in chat. Send it to them, because that was just a masterclass in baiting out the defense and going in. So, hey, it's a 2-point game. 3 minutes on the clock. If they keep that up, we will see a round 3, which would be absolutely insane, and we very well might, as Faded Fox goes for the long shot. I thought that was going in, but just a little bit to the right, as it is going to get turned over by Turbo. Turbo setting it back, but it will go into the hands of Winston Shadows. Winston Shadows looking for the low bounce pass. It will connect to Rip Jupiter. We know what they can do, but do they know they're red? No! They're going to get stunned out, and that disc will get cleared through, as it is going to be stuck in mid, but actually that's a favorable bounce. The Suns, though, aren't, as it is going to get turned right around, as it is now going to be in the hands of CGF again, juking on the floor, trying to juke all the way. Can they find the leech? Can they find the stun? Or will it be a passing play? There's the one, but the pass is no good, and the shot doesn't find the target. So here is an opportunity for Rip Jupiter to get the clear.
Rip Jupiter can't quite find the clear, though, bouncing back into their own side, around in the trap area. Trix is there to recover, though, trying to find a reset maybe, but no one's in the area. Does the hands of Faded Fox, who clears it right into CGF's hands. CGF juking on the wall, waiting for the team to get set up in the bubble, getting through one. No! Faded Fox said, not this time. Takes that disc and tries to get that cleared out through tunnel.
Yeah, trying to get it through tunnel. Rip Jupiter, the long shot, a little bit high, but it is going to be a flat bounce. Do they get there? No. Is that going to be a self-clear? Uh-oh. And not quite out, though, so that's a very favorable bounce as Winds and Shadows. Now has it just 1:30 on the clock. They just need to keep up this lead. Another 2, another 3 would be absolutely majestic as they go for the reset. Smart play. The bounce pass. Oh, a little bit too much heat, though, as that is going to not get quite sent through, but it will still not be out here for Raging Rockets. Now will get picked up. That's a long 3. That's a long 3. That's a long 3. CGF! Absolute dimer. 39 meters out. Takes the lead. 9-8.
Oh, man, that is exactly what Toronto does not want to see with just under a minute left to go. Down by 1. You know, it's only down by 1, but when somebody hits a 3-pointer on that, it really hits you hard. And so, you know, they're not just fighting that 1-pointer, they're fighting the mental effects of that 3-pointer.
Yeah, that's well said, but there is still time to score. There is still time to be looking for the quick 3. No, but the Raging Rockets want to end this game in 2. Toronto are trying to turn this around. That is going to be favorable as it does bounce downfield.
Not quite out yet, though. Bouncing around on trap, picked up by Winds and Shadows, is going to try to take that get that ceiling clear. Can't quite do it, though. Finds the fans of Faded, and there it is! 3 points! Oh, we got a game. Down by 2 now is Raging Rockets with, how much time are they going to have left on the clock? Mental math. Hello. I can speak English.
Yeah, 6 seconds.
6 seconds. Can they do it? Let's see what happens here.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a quick relay. That's what they need to do. They need to have a quick 3, but that's going to be denied. And just like that, we will not go to OT, but we will go to round 3. And oh my goodness, they certainly warmed up. I mean, Punda, that was a game.
Wow, that, especially that last minute or so. Big shot again, once again to CGF for hitting that half goal. Wow, that was insane. And then also the comeback from Toronto Pioneers is they managed to get that disc from a clear, I believe it was, and they managed to stack after it, clear that disc deep down to Orange's side, and then managed to hit that 3-pointer, which put them up into the lead, taking us to round 3. But overall, once again, very close game, as you can see. Just a 2 points difference. Yes, high up back in chat. But yeah, really that's all I can say. What a close game. Good stacks from both teams, and good clears as well. Both teams can send that disc deep downfield.
Yeah, they certainly can. But the one thing that they can't do is stun as much as Raging Rockets. Not many teams can. In 2 rounds, they have 144 stuns.
Oh my god.
Actually?
Huvlex alone.
Oh my Huvlex. Huvlex 75.
So if you thought you knew how to stun, take notes, folks, because my goodness, the Raging Rockets are certainly raging with the stuns count. So I just want to give a shout out to Huvlex, who has almost double the stuns of the entire enemy team, the Toronto Pioneers. There is a pause though, so we are not going to be going just into round 3 just yet. Tactical otherwise. But man, I mean, yeah, stat lines even, assists, saves, steals, whatever. But stuns, the stun game, man, the stun game is certainly insane.
I'm not over that. I'm sitting here shocked. Like that's above Haskell and Gilligan. Like
Yep.
Huvlex, hats off to you, my guy.
Yeah, maybe that's a name we need to look out for in the future. Maybe just need a block. But yeah, really, really, really good stuff there. But CGF 13 points, points leader in the arena. But I really want to give a shout out to the Toronto Pioneers, because I mean, yes, it was a phenomenal second round from the Toronto Pioneers. But what really turned them around? It was their team play. They found each other so many times, and more importantly, they found assists and they found the back of the net. And they just did that from finding those stacks, from sticking together, from really working on those fundamentals, especially these teams. I mean, these are new teams to VRML, assumably to Echo, and that's just awesome to see, especially how the meta and how the game itself has evolved even over the last couple seasons. So much, where these teams today, are leaps and bounds above teams in their same position, only a couple seasons ago. So it's really cool to see these new players, yeah, tons of stuns, tons of saves, tons of goals, tons of assists, but, at the end of the day, being that much better than people who played previously. So it's really cool to see. I'm excited where these teams go, where these players go. I mean, CGF obviously being around a little bit as a league sub for many seasons now. But, the rest of them, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where you all go in VRML, because this is just the beginning. And at the end of the day, I mean, VRML is all about you folks, the players, and the community.
If I may say, Raging Rockets has actually been playing since season 4.
Oh, have they really?
Yeah,
You
only
made
Toronto
fun
is
of
a
me
new
earlier.
team. But Raging Rockets, they've been playing since season 4.
Okay, Raging Rockets. All right, my bad. I don't think, I don't know. Were you? Let's see, Raging Rockets season 4.
Yeah. I'm looking at that team profile. See that they've playing since
Yeah, they
season
played
4.
a lot of games. They were never casted though. Okay, so
Oh.
so you were never seen, but you played against some good teams. So okay. My bad. I should have looked better. But yeah, cool. Cool. Well, I'm glad you were finally casted. So this is still your first casting match. I didn't lie about that. But it's been a season. Well, I respect the grind. Congratulations on getting literally one more hype vote than anyone else on a Monday. But hey, if you want to get casted, pick these weird times on a Monday, or earlier on the day on a Tuesday. If there's less teams to pick from, then hey, you're probably going to get casted. So there's certainly ways to game the system. And if you are interested in getting how to get casted, on Channel 1, you can redeem 15,000 channel points for redeeming a cast my match to guarantee a cast within the next 2 weeks. But if you want to do it for free, like this team here, you can both schedule it at an earlier time where there's fewer casts, and also making sure you get those orange votes, those hype votes on the match page. But we are going to get the unpause, and we are going to get the round 3. The winner of this will walk away with the big GG, the big W, the big cheese. Well, let's find out who that is after this neutral joust.
Joust is going to go into the favor of Raging Rockets, but the disc is bouncing around, so no possession. Faded Fox overshooting it a bit, so it ends up in Brodox. Brodox drifting up, looking for teammates. Go, drifted. Oh, the break check in the juke! Taking the shot on the goalie. A bit brave. Trick said, not in my house, and sends that through midfield.
He's sending it through midfield now. And who's there first? It's Rip Jupiter, who we saw build those big moves, and they'll do it again! Duke in 1 and get it in 2. Just like that, they're on the board first.
They are indeed. Rip Jupiter doing a lot of work this game. We've been saying him a lot. Second most points scored in this game with 8 points on their own. 2 assists and a save. So shout out to Rip Jupiter, man.
Yeah, I mean, Rip Jupiter absolutely doing work and having high impact, right? It's not about having many points or many assists or whatever. It's when, it's how. And well, unfortunately, you left that open 3, so they will take those all day. And Brodox hits it, 3-2.
Yeah, and answering right back as quickly as you can after you get scored on is certainly the most important thing for your mental game. So especially with a 3, they said, you got a 2? Let me one up that.
Yeah, they certainly did, and that's certainly a statement, especially in the third round. I mean, everything is on the line. No more redos, no more resets, as that pass, unfortunately, will not quite connect, as it is going to get picked up by CGF, and CGF sends that one downfield.
Not quite making it out, so it will end up getting picked up by Winds and Shadows. Winds and Shadows juking around, trying to get through their opponent. Sends that downfield into the bubble. Nobody's in the area, though, so Brodox will have that, attempting to clear again. Bouncing right into the hands of Winds and Shadow. That was intentional. That was a dime. But Winds and Shadow juking down, getting through one before sending it across. Ending up in the hands of Brodox. Brodox attempting to get that cleared through, bouncing around in the tunnel. Will get picked up by CGF, and CGF is going to finish the job, making sure it gets through into Toronto's bubble. Picked up by CGF again, getting their own pass. Juking around on the floor. Looking for space, looking for options. Gets their pocket picked by Winds and Shadows. Winds and Shadows clearing that all the way through, down into the trap area of Raging Rockets.
Yeah, getting it stuck down through in the long 3 will bounce off the shield unfavorably, but that is still going to be a self-clear, but a self-pass, as Rip Jupiter now has the disc again, looking for another pass. Long clear. Ho! That would have been fun. Take notes of that one, kids. I'm going to take note of that one. That's a fun little bounce. I never thought of before or seen, but that would have been an incredible job. Rip Jupiter, I mean, you're cracked as there's another bounce shot. And Turbo getting 30 meters out. 6-2.
Some missed clips in chat saying they need to play faster. The faster you play, the better. How about that? Sometimes slow and controlled is the way to go. But anyway, coming out of the tunnels now is Rip Jupiter with the disc. Getting all the way to half court with no pressure. Sending that down. The Tricks with the one-on-one in the bubble. What are they going to do with it? They're going to off the ding ring, best goalie NA. Into the hands of Winds and Shadow again. Winds and Shadow gets the block off. Sending that to Tricks on the shield, who can't quite handle that. And that's going to get cleared out through the tunnel.
Will get cleared through. Will get picked up by Rip Jupiter, who is looking for an opportunity there for blue. That's a clean clear, but it will be a clean pass to Hoovlex. Hoovlex all the way downfield. as it is going to bounce now into the hands of Rip Jupiter off the wall, turning around and finding the space, but unfortunately not finding the clear, as it is going to be CGF on the backline, picking that up, but sending it over to the Winds and Shadows. Winds and Shadows just trying to find it out, and there we go. We are able to find the... not finding the connection, though. I mean, they're getting control, they're getting a hand on it, but they just need to slow it down and find an anchor point, but there's a beautiful bounce, and just like that, Turbo is popping off. It's 8-2.
8-2 indeed. That is just under half the game. Only down technically by 2 goals, so it's definitely not out of reach yet. But Toronto does need to answer back soon if they want to start mounting this comeback.
Yeah, they really do. They need to find it, and it will be found by Rip Jupiter, as it is going to be sent high, sent down, sent into the hands of Trix, and Trix has one up their sleeve as they find the slam. I don't care if it's technical or not. It is a 4 on the board for Toronto Pioneers.
Oh man, you know, technical goal or not, that is exactly what Toronto needed to start that comeback, cutting that lead down to only 4 points. Still only 2 goals, but much more reachable with 2-pointers.
Yeah, much more reachable. Halfway through this match, quickly gonna get headbutt, I think, over, but Rip Jupiter has an opportunity for a 3. Long shot, bounce a little bit high, and will get picked up by CGF.
CGF moving around with it a little bit before attempting to clear that through midfield. Can't quite find its target yet, though, but it will be in the hands of Turbo. Turbo's going to finish it, though, getting that through midfield, bouncing off of double diamonds unfavorably into the hands of Faded Fox. Faded Fox getting that sent through. CGF is on the back line, though. CGF is going to get that sent all the way through down into Toronto's bubble, bouncing around with no stacks in sight, so it's going to actually leave the bubble before anybody gets a hand on it. CGF getting their own pass now, juking around on the floor, looking for space, looking for options, looking for the goal, and he finds it. 2 points, 10-4 in favor of Raging Rockets.
All right, 10-4, I understand. I mean, that's the message that Raging Rockets is sending here in the 3rd round. I mean, we've been here before, and Toronto Pioneers were able to find success, but can they find it again? Well, let's find out as Rip Jupiter is going to get past 1, but not quite past 2, as that pass will go into the hands of Hoovlex, and Hoovlex is looking for the coin slot, but not going to find it. But they will find the open 3 opportunity, but the pass is no good, and just like that, it's a scramble.
Scrambling for the disc, scrambling to find... Oh, no! Can't quite handle it, though, as it's going to get picked off by Faded Fox. Disc is bouncing loose now into the hands of Winds and Shadow. Winds and Shadows with the power. They're trying to get that through midfield. Can't quite find it, though, as it's going to bounce off Geo. Rip Jupiter will finish the job, though, sending that all the way down into the bubble, bouncing off shoulder. Open lane, open goal. No! Off the ding ring! You can't do that. You've got 3 minutes left. We got to finish those, guys. Faded Fox has it, though, so they are going to have another opportunity, opting to reset to Winds and Shadow. Winds and Shadow sending it down to Rip Jupiter on the floor. The juke, the moves. No! Can't quite finish it. Bouncing out of the bubble again. And Faded Fox mishandles it, so that disc is bouncing loose in the trap area. Picked up now by Faded Fox again. Oh, off the head of somebody on Toronto, so that's going to get down into the Raging Rockets bubble. CGF getting that clear through. Now in the hands of Faded Fox again. Faded Fox sending that over to Winds and Shadow. Winds and Shadows finding a teammate on the boot. Driving. There it is. There's the 2-pointer. That's what they needed. Only down by 4 now with 2 minutes to go.
Look at what Toronto Pioneers did. Look at the passing play. I mean, they have woken up. That is dominant. That is incredible. That is what exactly they need to do 2 more times, or, well, 2 more times no matter what, because they knew as a 2-point game, 2-goal game. But that long pass, that long clear, that long recovery, but that's an open 3, and that's a long 3, and that's exactly what you didn't want to see. CGF getting a 3 on the board in 13-6, 7-point game.
Oh no, with 1:40, this is technically a 3-goal game. I don't...
There's time.
They've got
There's time.
but there's time. There's time. I'm not saying there's not, but they've got to act fast.
They gotta be super speed. They gotta be, what's that comic book person that's really speedy?
Flash?
Flash! Yes, they gotta be like the Flash. I'm glad my poor description made sense. As it is going to get picked up by Faded. Oh, that was a little bit off target, but regardless, Turbo was home. As it is going to get set downfield, and now off the cloud, that's another open 3, but the stun! Oh my goodness, Winds and Shadows getting that one down.
Time is ticking, just over a minute, just about a minute left. Now in the hands of Rip Jupiter. Rip Jupiter with the open lane. Does he know he has it? Oh no, I lied. There's a goalie, and they're gonna shoot it right at the goalie. So Brodox is gonna have that and send that all the way through, back down into Toronto's end.
Yeah, unfortunately, they needed a score by now, so not quite finding it. But Rip Jupiter, I mean, some incredible jukes from you. A big rip for all those who were on orange, and what an incredible save from Winds and Shadows. Some incredible plays from all you folks on the Toronto Pioneers. But man, oh man, unfortunately, you couldn't win this one. So it will be Raging. But I keep on thinking Raging Bulls for some reason. Raging Rockets. Yes. It is a movie, says Newton Dad in my ear. As there's two more, just to ice it. Turbo finishing off this game 15-6. GG's, 2 games in a row. Raging Rockets, you certainly played well, but Toronto Pioneers, man, I am so looking forward to how far you come this season, because you certainly have some moments of brilliance. But what a phenomenal match, Punda. What did you see in that round 3? And wow.
Wow, that it started off very close and very nice to see the first. I think it was the first game casted this season, being not the first game this week, being a 3 rounds, because he loves to see it. Beautiful defense from both teams, but especially with Raging Rockets on their side, they were defending quite well. But Toronto Pioneers just had a better offense, managing to get that disc in on the last part there. But overall, Raging Rockets did take the win with a 15-6 in the last round. And yeah, big shout as well to CGF just for scoring an insane amount of points, and also Hoovlex, I believe it was, who scored the how many 102 stuns.
102, yeah.
102 stuns. What the? That's something.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is something, and well, that certainly was something. It was a phenomenal match to watch, and well, GG's to both teams. You certainly can't win them all, and again, this is just the beginning of Season 5. This is Week 2, and hey, win or lose, you're here to have fun. At least you should be, because, well, that's what it is at the end of the day. A fun thing to do. But, I mean, man, first cast in VRML, Psycha, how did it feel?
I was so self-conscious about my internet going out the whole time. I was like doing repairs on the side, still casting, looking between monitors. I had a lot of fun. It was stressful, but I had a fun. I'm looking forward to casting some more.
We're certainly looking forward to having you. But that is it. That is all for today. Maybe we'll cast some more, but nevertheless, it will be with a different squad in a different way. So thanks for hanging out here with us on Channel 2. I'm the one you see. Next to me is Psychaotic for her initial cast on Channel 2. But hey, many to come. On the sidelines is Punda representing OCE and Newton Dad on the cams. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Border Foods, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Rebuff Reality, and VRware.net.